Good morning. Yes, it is Wednesday, and you are back with George at Growth Point Growing as you're going through life. And again, as I always ask, trust that you are growing, trust that things are going well with you, and we can declare it is well with my soul. Isn't that important to note that when we wake up in the mornings that we can say, God, it is well with my soul, keep my soul well, keep my soul connected to you as I enter into a new today. And today, the open door to a surrendered life. This is what God desires of your life, for you to surrender your life to Him. Totally 100%. We need to learn how to surrender, how to hand over our lives to God. And I think being human, that is a little difficult to do at times. Not so. We find it difficult to surrender our all to God because we think, how can God fix that which is broken? Now, God is God, and no matter what is broken, He is able to fix. He is able to mend. This is why Holy Spirit dwells within our lives. The question that we want to ask is, what part of your life still needs to be totally surrendered to God our Father? Now, come on. The only one that knows the answer to that is you. What part of your life still needs to be surrendered to God? What are some of those things that you are struggling with? What are some of those things that you battle with every single day? Those things that you say, God, how am I ever going to get victory over this thing that constantly pops up in my life? We all live in a fallen world and are daily exposed to the temptations of the devil, the serpent of old. No one is excluded from those temptations that the enemy wants to throw at you, because the one thing that the devil wants to do is for you to fail. He doesn't want you to succeed in life. He wants you to fail, and he'll bring all sorts of things in your pathway, and he will try to trip you up. This is why I say it is so important for us to take our lead into each day from Holy Spirit. You see, our daily life is filled with making right choices that will not destroy our relationship with God, but instead build a more secure relationship in God. Part of the prayer that Jesus taught His disciples to pray was a prayer relating to daily temptations. Now listen to this in Matthew chapter 6 verse 13. Part of that prayer, part of that Lord's Prayer says, do not lead, that is to bring, expose, allow, permit us into temptation, testing, but keep us safe from the evil one. So again, Jesus is saying to them, now I want to allow Holy Spirit to lead you, but as you are led, be very careful for those temptations, because again, the enemy's desire is for you to fall and to stumble. So keep in mind that God does not tempt. Remember this, God is not tempting you. Sometimes we think God brings the temptations around. No, the enemy brings the temptation and lays it in the path of our journey. In James 1 verse 13 it says, when tempted, no one should say, God is tempting me, for God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does He tempt anyone. So many believe that God places one in a place whereby He tests one through various temptations. No, temptations will test you automatically. You bring yourself into that place of temptation. It must be understood that man places himself in places of temptation. When found in such places, our cry is for God to deliver. Not so? So when we are in a place of temptation, we cry out to God. We cry out to Him to rescue us, because we know that Jesus Christ went to the cross on our behalf, paid the penalty of sin on our behalf. Not so. Adam knew that the serpent was crafty, but instead of calling on God as he should have, he entertains the serpent's temptation through having a conversation with the serpent. Now that is where the problem arises. Sometimes we entertain the temptation and think, well, this is not too bad. No, we can allow this part into our life. It won't cause me to be separated from God. No, temptation is there to break you down. Remember this, temptation is there to deceive you. When God puts you in an environment of testing, the reason for testing is to develop your spiritual growth and not to cause you a failure. So once you're in that place, see that it's a test coming from God and saying, God, I'm not that God is He's testing you, but see it and saying, God, well, this is a test, and if I'm going to face this test, I need to learn how to overcome this test by putting my faith and trust in you. So when you surrender your life fully to God, we embark on a journey with God that requires to pick up our cross and to follow Jesus, as Matthew 16:24 says. So as we follow Jesus, we will encounter various roadblocks, detours, breakdowns, testings that will shape one into the image of the likeness of God. Again, what I'm going to say to you today, as what I said yesterday, isn't it time for you to put that lump of clay down into the hands of your potter and allow him to mold and redesign that what needs to be redesigned.